Many of you have been commenting asking if I'm going to cover the spin-offs for The Walking Dead. And if you're new here, hello, I'm Hausenberg, and I've been covering every episode of The Walking Dead. And I'm soon to upload the final video covering the last 2 seasons. Please send help, I'm dying from exhaustion. The most popular request is for the prequel series Fear the Walking Dead. Thing is though, if I cover one spin-off series, I'm setting myself up to cover all of these spin-off series. All 6 of them. Oh my god. How did we get here?
Oh no.
So in this video, I'm going to watch the first episode from all 6 of the spin-offs, give my overall opinion on them, and then I'll decide if I think any of them are worthy of becoming a future project. Giving each one a grading of possibly yes, probably no, or a tentative, maybe. We'll start with the one that I'm most familiar with because I've already seen the first 2 seasons. I loved Fear the Walking Dead when it first started, because it really did live up to the name Fear. The walkers in the original show stopped being scary by the end of the 2nd season, and that's because most of the walkers have lost any semblance of their previous human selves, and they also move slower than slugs. Zombies to me are only scary when they look hungry and angry, while also being able to move at a pace that would concern you, just like in 28 Days Later. Fear the Walking Dead initially takes place during the outbreak, so we get to enjoy the chaos of it all going down for more than just a minute or 2, like we get in the various flashbacks from the main show. And in my opinion, this was done extremely well. Most of the first episode is zombieless. It's just this creeping feeling you get as news starts to spread and people start seeing strange things happening.
There's an explanation.
No one's offered it. Folks talking airborne toxins, poison water, viruses.
I think the problem with this prequel series is that after a while it just ends up feeling like the main show. When the chaos dies down, we wind up in this gated town in Mexico and we start to focus on more people drama stuff, which takes away from us enjoying the zombie stuff. This is when I stopped watching and I don't feel inspired to pick it up ever again, even though I do have family members urging me to give it more time. The best part of Fear the Walking Dead is they have some great characters that I actually prefer over the main show. Most notably Daniel Salazar, an overly protective dad who has a dark side to him, and Strand, played by Coleman Domingo, who might just have the best speaking voice on planet Earth.
I look at a person like you and I know. You are a buyer. How do I know? Because I am a closer.
This man could read assembly instructions for an IKEA shelf, and it would be captivating.
So frightened of the future that they entrust the protection of their family to a piece of paper.
I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to change my mind in the comment section, and you know I will respond. For now though, I'm giving this series the grading of, maybe I'll cover it, but I'm going to need more convincing. Tales of the Walking Dead is only 6 episodes long, each telling a self-contained story about a random character, some of which are about existing characters from the main show, which doesn't excite me too much, but I was happy to see that this first episode stars Terry Crews. I love Terry Crews. He's a decent comedic actor with a huge personality. Anyone who's seen White Chicks or Brooklyn Nine-Nine knows how great he is at comedy.
The doctors made me into a superhero. I'm so strong. And they made me black.
He's on a lot of medication.
Question is though, is he any good in a dramatic role? Questionable. He's supposed to be grieving here, but it just looks like he had some bad sushi for lunch. In this first episode, he ventures from his bunker to go and find his internet girlfriend, but she's not what she seemed to be online. I know, right? That never happens. Along the way, he winds up travelling with this woman, who's just okay. Nothing special about her character really, but for the most part she's likeable. I did sympathise with Terry Crews' character, even if I don't remember his character's name. And overall, I enjoyed the time I spent with this episode. It's probably for the best that these episodes are self-contained stories, as I don't believe Terry Crews' acting ability would have served well for a longer, more dramatic story arc. Sorry Tear Bear, you know I love you. I'm more inclined to want to cover this particular spin-off because it's short, and I can see the potential in these self-contained stories, so this one gets a probably yes. Oh boy. I really don't understand why everyone is going so crazy for this one, especially after seeing the first episode. It's the same old Walking Dead, but this time it's in France. I used to really like Daryl Dixon as a character, but lately he's just become this monotone, gravelly voiced, lone wolf type character that lacks any sort of purpose in his life, other than protecting others.
Hey, I'm glad you're here. When your letters stopped, I thought, I don't know, maybe you were gone.
Boring.
His main driver is always the protection of someone else, and that's exactly what he ends up doing again in this first episode of his spin-off, helping a young boy survive against the bad guys, and now he's on a mission to take him to Paris or whatever. I want to know what Daryl needs. What does Daryl want in life? Does he want to start a family or even just find love? For this reason, I found it really hard to invest myself in this whole monastery situation. Or is it a nunnery? I'm not exactly sure what you'd call this building filled with nuns. When your character is only motivated by the survival of others, you start to lose interest in the character, because we're simply no longer observing a character. We're observing a person acting as a vehicle to carry the overall story along, and that's very boring to me. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, as it is the first episode after all, and there was an interesting introduction to a Walker variant that has acidic sweat and burns Daryl upon touch. That was a fun scene, but still, this one is a probably no. I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling it. What I am feeling, however, is comfortable and stylish, thanks to my very first sponsor, Brazen Gaming Chairs. Now, you know me, I don't typically accept video sponsors, but I've got a friend who owns a Brazen gaming chair, and when I spoke to him about this sponsorship, he gave me the thumbs up to say, yes, that is a good chair. And after researching the company and being happy from what I saw from their gaming chair specs, I was more than happy to collaborate. They sent me this awesome gaming chair, matching my Hausenberg green upon request, and so far it's been a great replacement for my regular old office chair. So if you're in the market for a new gaming chair, from a company that has my seal of approval, why not save yourself a few quid by using the link in the description, or by going to brazengamingchairs.com/Craig and get yourself 10% off the purchase by using the code Craig at checkout. Even if you skip that part, please know that I'm only ever going to accept or seek out sponsors for companies and products that I've done my research on and trust. You won't find me promoting stupid ass mobile games, so let's get back to the video. Maggie is looking for her son Herschel and needs Negan's help because he knows his way around the city, the Dead City. Okay then. Out of all the spin-offs, this feels most like the original show. Take that as a good thing or a bad thing. You decide. Aesthetically speaking, it's different, especially when they get to the city, where it looks like you're watching the show for a dirty fish tank. Everything has this greeny blue tinge to it. The walkers weren't scary, and the characters don't feel worthy of being invested in. Even when it comes to Negan, I'm very much done with this character now.
You don't trust me? Hell, I wouldn't trust me either.
Apparently, later episodes show us this weird new freaky variant, and that's because the walkers in this city are cut off from the rest of the world, and that's why we've never seen them before. I'm personally not swayed by gimmicks like this, so unfortunately, this show is a probably no. I watched this episode when it first came out, and I hated it, because it seemed like a teen drama version of the original show. And on second watch, I can confirm that yes, it definitely is that. But I think my hatred stemmed from my yearning to have more of the same, because I was still deep in love with The Walking Dead. If you can believe that sweet young naive Hausenberg existed. World Beyond was nothing more than a cheap imposter to me at the time. But now that I've become incredibly numb to the main show, I actually found World Beyond to be refreshing on the second watch. I'm still not into the teen drama aspect of it, but my brother showed me a scene from later in the show where we see Dr. Jenner speaking to a French doctor about the outbreak, and also the strange variants they discovered. Look at this moment where the woman turns Walker. Kinda scary, right? I am into it. This kind of fear is what The Walking Dead has been missing for a long time now. So based on that scene and my brother's recommendation, I'm swaying more towards, maybe. If you agree with my brother that there are some scenes worth sticking around for, let me know in the comments down below.
I found out that he's alive.
There's not much I can say about this spin-off because it hasn't been released yet. All we've been given is this teaser trailer. A teaser which gives us absolutely nothing to reflect on. Having said that, I would like to see more of Rick, because he's been missing from the main show since season 9. You know, the guy who we've been following from the start. It feels crazy to me that the main character from this show never got his story wrapped up. I feel personally robbed of that experience, and for that reason, I'm at least going to watch the first episode. So for now, this one has to be a maybe. Covering The Walking Dead on my channel has certainly been a worthwhile investment. You guys have been going crazy for these videos. Outside of that, I'm streaming Pokemon Fire Red on Kick, and that's because I'm working on a big video idea for this game, and I'd love for you to come join me on the journey. The next Walking Dead video is coming very soon. Thank you for your patience. I'm really excited to get it uploaded for you, so I'm going to go back to working on it now.